Well, good morning. It's Saturday, November 28th, 2015, and I'm Rob Eubank, and this is Don Eubank. We're co-hosting the show this week.
Yep.
And first of all, we want to say hello to all of our friends and family in the Frazier Mountain communities here in beautiful Frazier Park, California. And we're getting a little bit better at this show each week, trying to bring you fresh, relevant, local access content, stuff that would interest you and interest us, and have fun while we're doing it in the process. Please join our group on Facebook. When you look for a group, search Frazier Park's Yard Sale Show, and it's an open group. Feel free to send a join request and we'll approve you right away. And we'll send a link each week to this show and put it on the group page so that you can most easily catch the live broadcast each and every morning. It is a cold morning this morning, isn't it, Grandpa?
Oh, gosh. It was about 18 degrees out in my house.
Boy, it's definitely chilly. We had a great Thanksgiving. We're hoping that each of you in the community also had a great Thanksgiving as well.
Well, we fed 10 people.
We did. This is my grandpa, by the way, so I'm not calling him that out of disrespect. I'm calling it out of respect. So Grandpa and I went over to my parents' home, and we had a lot of family there. We had some uncles and some aunts and some brothers and sisters and grandkids, and we had a good old time.
4 generations of Eubank there.
4 generations of Eubank family.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of laughter, a lot of food, and a lot of fellowship, and we really enjoyed it.
A lot of good cake.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we did a couple of interviews in town this week with some of our friends. Not too many of them, just a couple of them. And we're going to share those video clips with you right now.
Hi, my name is James Tomlinson, and my wife and I own the Falcons Nest here in Frazier Park, California.
Tell us what you did for Thanksgiving, James.
For Thanksgiving this year, we did something different. We went down to Magic Mountain. We went down Wednesday night, spent the night down there in a hotel room, and we got up Thursday morning. And me, the wife, and the 2 boys, we went to Magic Mountain all day.
Wonderful. And what are you most thankful for this year?
I think we are most thankful for our friends and family, because without our friends and family, that kind of makes our business go, and it just makes us who we are here.
Hi, I'm Derek. I work here at Ace. I'm sure you've seen me before. How's it going?
How'd you spend your Thanksgiving there, Derek?
Cooked a turkey all day long and ate a lot. Fell asleep early.
Some good time with friends and family?
Oh yeah, lots of karaoke, loud music, good times.
So what are you looking forward to in the next season?
I want snow. I want 4 feet of snow. I mean, a town covered in white. I haven't seen one in 5 years.
Do you know where any of us could find a shovel or salt or stuff, to respond to such a downpour of snow?
Oh yeah, you're right here at the place. Ace is the place.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Derek.
You bet.
I'm Tammy Goddard, owner of Mountaintop Video.
And tell us what you did for Thanksgiving, Tammy.
I actually had about 25 family members all at my house and did all the cooking, hors d'oeuvres included. And it was a great day, and I was dead by the end of the day, so I ended it with a glass of wine in my jacuzzi.
What are you looking forward to this winter?
Well, winter is always, I love the winter up here, but it's always really good for business, to be honest with you. So I'm looking forward to a very profitable winter.
That sounds great. And tell us a little bit about some of your new releases and stuff. When do your new releases come out?
Well, I get new releases every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, and whatever you see advertised on TV, I always get the top name titles.
Now, if I'm hunting for a bargain, what's the best day to come and rent a video?
Well, Mondays and Wednesdays are dollar days, so all new releases are only $1.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Tammy.
All right, you're welcome, Rob.
Well, and we're back. Hope you enjoyed those video clips. And I'm going to turn it over to Don here, and he's going to give us a little bit of American history, things that happened on this day in U.S. history.
In 1943, President Roosevelt, Winston Churchill from England, Joseph Stalin, Russia, they all 3 met in Tehran to map out their strategy for ending World War II. And you probably have seen the pictures. There was a very famous picture. They have shown it many, many times.
As a matter of fact, we have a video clip we're going to run for you right now that tells us a little bit about the Big Three and what happened today, November 28th, but in 1943.
Yes.
The 3 great leaders and their staffs of military and political advisors faced the inevitable battery of cameras. Through 5.5 years of war, we have long awaited this moment of the Churchill-Roosevelt-Stalin meeting, the Grand Alliance. At this point in our history, we know that Germany is to go into a straitjacket of Allied-imposed discipline. The blueprint of its future has been drawn, signed and sealed. Let a quotation from the communique issued from Yalta speak for us all. It is our inflexible purpose to destroy German militarism and Nazism and ensure that Germany will never again be able to disturb the peace of the world.
Well, isn't that a great video? Those big three, I tell you what, to live in
yes.
that day and age, in a wartime like that, you know, we've been at war for the past decade or so, but to be part of that era where the entire world is in conflict and Nazism is spreading throughout Europe, and there's a plan for the world to become the new order, and the three most influential and most powerful nation leaders get together and they say, we're going to put a stop to this. What, imagine, I mean, you were 13 years old then.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you felt, the patriotism that Americans felt at the time?
It was very strong. We had a lot of things to keep it in your mind. Gasoline rationing, sugar rationing, and it was just, everything was taken care of, and we had respect for our soldiers, the men who were fighting the war,
And for our flag.
yes, absolutely. That was back in the days when we pledged allegiance every morning in class at school.
You know, I did the same thing as well. I had the privilege of going to American schools in Europe when my dad was stationed overseas. And all through elementary, junior high, and high school. And until I graduated, we still said the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. It was part of the school policies, and I enjoyed doing it. I also remember on the military bases, they would fire the cannon when they would retreat the colors.
Oh, yeah.
And throughout the entire base, you could hear them playing, you could hear the bugle playing, and everyone who was driving would stop their cars. They'd get out and stand at attention, and if they were in uniform, they would salute.
Yes.
And we were, my family and I, we were at Disneyland last weekend, and Disneyland has a color retreat ceremony that they do every day.
Really?
And they have a band, and they have military personnel present, and they have an entire color ceremony. As a matter of fact, since I mentioned it, I'm going to go ahead and roll a clip right now of the Disneyland color retreat ceremony.
In a tradition dating back to Abraham Lincoln's presidency, the Disneyland Resort Security Honor Detail will now lower the flags for the evening until the rising of the new dawn. Let us observe the retiring of the colors.
Color, forward and hast up, here! Hold! Pose! Whoa! We stand here today and have served our nation on behalf of the Disneyland Resort and our grateful nation. Thank you for your honorable and your faithful service to America. Thank you.
and join us in the singing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
It makes me want to go back and see it sometime.
Yeah, we should do that one of these days.
One of these days,
Let's
yeah.
do it when the weather's not so cold.
I'm for that.
So what else happened on this day in history?
Jeffrey Dahmer, a serial killer, he was clubbed to death in the prison there in Wisconsin by another fellow inmate. And I think it's...
That was in '94, wasn't it?
Yeah, several years ago. I don't remember that in the news, but...
Actually, you don't have to remember, because we have another video clip. It'll tell you a little bit about Jeffrey Dahmer and his murder in prison.
Well, good.
All right, roll it, Rob.
Roll it.
There are shocking new details about the murder of America's most hated serial killer and how he may have seen his own death coming. Tonight, Diane Dimond reports on the plot to kill a killer.
I am happy and very excited that the monster is finally dead.
It was a brutal murder behind bars, a shocking lapse of prison security. And while correction officials promise an investigation, no one involved with the Jeffrey Dahmer case says that they're surprised.
I use the word hit, and that has been one of the rumors that has been running rampant, was that this was some sort of a hit.
Exactly what happened is still not clear. Dahmer was cleaning a prison bathroom with 2 other inmates when suddenly one of them apparently took a broom handle and started beating Dahmer to death. Prison officials say Dahmer's head may have been bashed against a wall.
So now we're going to turn to the Mountain Enterprise. The Mountain Enterprise is published here in Frazier Park and has been the voice of the mountain communities since 1966. They're in their 50th year.
50th year, wow.
And we've got some good friends down there that are the owners and editors of the newspaper. There are a few stories in this week's paper that we think are worthy of talking about on this show. And I'd like to talk about the first one in the paper. There's a gentleman named Randy Whitbread. He's 59 years old. And he's been one of our long-term residents of Frazier Park that's been living under the bridge. You know where I'm talking about,
yeah, right
where
there.
the red light is, across from the post office.
Monterey.
That's right, right next to Don's Liquor. He's been working as often as he can, but the man doesn't want a hand out, he wants a hand up. And someone has understood him and what he needs, and he has gotten a hand up, and he has been donated a motorhome to live in. Not only a motorhome to live in, but a place to park it and plug into the utilities on someone's property in town. And now his goal is to get a car, save up for a car, and hopefully get a good job to sustain him and his girlfriend as they live in that motorhome. I can tell you, what a wonderful Thanksgiving story.
Yeah.
Because to go from having nowhere to live to having a motorhome donated to you. Let me encourage you, friends and family in Frazier Park. I drive around this town all the time, and I see trailers and campers and motorhomes in all various states of condition, from the pristine and brand new to the rundown in need of desperate repair, and to those that belong at the dump. But let me urge you,
Belong in the dump.
there are still at least 2 families that I know of that are still living under the bridge next to Don's Liquor in Frazier Park. And this winter is supposed to be one of our coldest and snowiest yet, at least in many years.
Yeah.
And we have a responsibility as human beings to help one another. And it seems like many of us think that we don't have enough money to help others, but the truth is, you don't always have to give money to help people. You can give of your time, you can give of your friendship. But right now, I'm going to send out a request to any of our viewers who have a motorhome, trailer, or a camper that is in decent condition, any condition that is livable. Let me know through the Frazier Park Yard Sale Open group on Facebook. Let me know if you have something that you would be willing to donate, and I will make sure it gets to one of these families living under the bridge, and we will find a place for them to be out of the weather, warm, and sheltered this winter. And let's get them out from under the bridge. It's not because they don't have a right to be there. They do. They have a right to be there as long as they follow laws and they're causing trouble. They have a right to be there. But they don't want to be there. And that's a dangerous place to be. I've seen that creek rise in seconds.
Yeah.
You know, all it takes is one big storm and those people could be washed away. Matter of fact, that happened several months ago. A lot of their stuff was washed away during a particular rainstorm. We had mudslides and everything that happened around the same time. So anyway, if you have any type of livable recreational vehicle, camper, or trailer, please send me, Rob Eubank, a message on Facebook through the open group, the Yard Sale Show open group, and let's talk about it. And I have vehicles, I have enough vehicles I can tow or haul or drag anything away that we can get for these folks, okay? Well, there's something happening today in Frazier Park, Small Business Saturday. And this is going to lead into a scavenger hunt and the holiday fair. And there was a petition and letter writing campaign about supporting local businesses. And so these people are going to have the opportunity to put their money where their mouth is. Today, Saturday, let's go to our local businesses and pay them a visit. That's what today is all about. There's going to be gifts for the public. Scavenger hunt. While there, you'll be invited to join the week-long scavenger hunt hosted by the Mountain Community Chamber of Commerce for children of all ages from 5 to 95. What about 4-year-olds? Can they participate? Probably not. It's free. There's no cost. It's free.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can ask about savings with Cham Bear Bucks. That's Chamber of Commerce has created their own type of coupon dollars. You can pick up maps and clues at local businesses and then get points for visiting your small business neighbors. And the hunt will last through the holiday fair, and then turn your map into the fair to enter an exciting drawing organized by the Mountain's drawing diva, Tammy Goddard, my friend of Mountaintop Video. You saw Tammy Goddard in the video earlier, the interview inside her store. And that's really great. This is on page 4 of this week's Mountain Enterprise. And that's Small Business Saturday. So don't miss it. Visit your local businesses today. Let's talk a little bit, Grandpa, about being prepared during this winter. We live in a mountain community. We're not in downtown Bakersfield. We are in a rural place where it's really easy to get snowed in.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but there have been several times I've woken up in the morning and gone to the fridge and there was nothing to eat.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Well, what happens if you wake up and there's 4 feet of snow on the ground and you have nothing to eat and your water pipes are frozen? These could lead to some major issues. And so the Enterprise, Mountain Enterprise, this week on page 3 has an article entitled "Get Prepared is Top El Nino Advice from Kern County." And it would be really wise, this is a public service announcement from us to you. we're sharing this advice, kind of like forwarding an email. We're forwarding the advice on to you that we need to be prepared at home and in your car to be cut off from services for 3 to 7 days. When power goes out, it could be out for 3 to 7 days while utility companies try to get them back online. And so that means you need to have, number one, you need to have a family plan, a place where you can all meet together should you be separated by the weather. Many people commute off the mountain to go to work. What happens if we get a snowstorm when someone's at work and they can't get home? You got to have a plan, got to have some stuff in your car to sustain you to make sure that you can survive on your own. Water is very important. You need to have at least 3 gallons of water per person per day. So if you have 3 people in your household, you need to have 9 gallons a day. And that does not include water for washing.
You need to get some of them big jugs of water.
Big 5-gallon.
5-gallon jug of water.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now we have a cooler in our house, and we go through that water every 2 or 3 days. We drink a lot of water. So you need to have at least 3 gallons of water per person per day stored for at least 7 days. And that doesn't include wash water. That's only for drinking and cooking. You need to have food to last 3 to 7 days. Food that can be eaten with or without preparation. A lot of people have camping supplies in their garage. They could probably pull out their old propane stove if they had to.
Or there's a lot of good canned food.
Yeah, canned food.
Yeah.
But most of that has to be heated as well.
Yeah,
so
that's
you need
right.
to have enough food. So if you're stranded at home, you can last a week without going hungry. Medicines. You got to make sure. Yeah, especially.
Oh, yeah. Especially me.
Well, yeah, exactly. If you're having a snowstorm that's predicted in a couple days, but you only have 1 day of medications left, get them refilled. Make sure that you keep some of your medication in your car. Take it with you. So if you get stuck away from your home, you're not away from your medicines.
Yeah.
You can sleep anywhere, but you can't just take anybody's medicine.
I always keep a first aid kit in my car.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I'm an ex-fireman, so if I see an accident and it looks like somebody's hurt, I've got a first aid kit to either wrap an arm or put a supply around their neck.
That's true.
If they got a whiplash or something, I keep a first aid kit.
That's a good idea.
And I don't have a whole lot of stuff. I have mostly gauze bandage.
How about flashlights?
I have 2 of them in my car.
That's a good idea.
And I have one, I'm working on it. I want a flashlight in every room of my house.
Now you bought something the other day for your car. What was it?
That's a flashlight.
No. You bought something for your car and your phone.
I did?
Yeah, you did. You bought a charger for your phone.
Oh, that one, yes.
Yeah, you could plug it into your car.
Yeah.
So if your cell phone goes dead, you can charge it right there in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another good thing to have. If you have pets, make sure you have plenty of pet food and pet supplies as well. And there's one last thing. In this digital age, no one uses cash. Everyone uses their debit cards.
Mm-hmm.
But if we have a power outage that affects the entire community, it's not necessarily going to shut down our local businesses. A lot of businesses continue to do business in cash. And so, especially during the winter months when we are at risk of having utility outages, it's a good idea to carry cash on you in the event of an emergency, because they won't be able to swipe your debit card at Don's Liquor or at the
grocery store
or at the Lake of the Woods Deli, but they will be able to take your cash and trade you for the things you need. So that is our public service announcement for the community this week. Well, in our final segment of the show, we're going to do what we did last week, is we're going to play a video for you that's our humor corner. Last week we played a video of funny game show answers.
Oh, yes.
And I got some good feedback about that. So this is the comedy corner, and we'll be back right after this.
The first Thanksgiving started in England with the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims was a bunch of people who wear bell buckles on their head. They came to America because they wanted to go to a church, but the King of England wouldn't let them.
We've had it with your religious persecution, King James.
What are you going to do about it?
We're going to America where we can practice our religion freely.
Whatever. They were on a big ship called the Mayflower and went to America.
What do you think they did when they're on their boat?
Play dominoes or something, or chess. It took the Pilgrims a really long time to get to America, but they finally got to America in 1620.
How long do you think it took them to cross the ocean?
8 days. 4 months. 100 days. But when they got there, they were out of food and it was snowing. Did you bring blankets? No. Me neither.
We should have had a plan before we came here.
I think I have hypothermia. The Native Americans helped the Pilgrims get to the cold.
Hello, Englishman. I am Squatto. Perhaps we should strike a treaty between our peoples.
Good idea.
Here, this is maize.
No, that's corn. They show the Pilgrims how to grow crops, how to hunt, and how to dance.
And what else do you think they taught them?
Grow stuff like flowers. How to learn ride bicycles, and how to shop, I think. They didn't teach them how to fish. The Pilgrims was really happy now that they wasn't dying anymore. They decided to have a big party to thank the Native American. They even invited Chief Massasoit, the leader of the tribe. Welcome to our banquet, Chief Massasoit.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. That's what we're calling it.
Cool.
I bet there'll never be problems between the Englishmen and the Native Americans ever again.
They had turkey, fruits and vegetables, deer, and pumpkin pie.
You know, they actually didn't have pumpkin pie at the first Thanksgiving.
What? The feast was a shining example of our spirit. That's why we still celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm hungry.
Okay, folks, well, again, I want to thank you for tuning in, watching Around Town with Don Eubank.
And I'm Rob Eubank, and we've had a great time this morning. Make sure to join our Facebook group. Once again, it's Frazier Park's Yard Sale Show. It's an open group. Just send a join request and I'll approve it right away. If you have anything you want to sell on our show, just post it in the Frazier Park Yard Sale Show open group. And I'm not going to read the stuff that's posted now because I didn't give anybody any warning. But new posts that are within a day or two old, we'll mention them here on the show next week. We'll be back to next week, Saturday, at 8 o'clock in the morning, bringing you more stuff from around town. God bless and have a great day.